Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to, start with one series, how to build, customer support agent RAG chatbot, so I will start with very basic things like how to fetch, text files or .md files. And later we can see how can do CSV ingestion and other things, but we'll start with basic because I want to make beginner friendly applications and understand the basic things, and later we can deep dive into the other things. So almost all the things are same, but only thing is we just need to start with some basic examples so that you guys will understand, and later we can go to the advanced part. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we can start with the session. And so now what I can do is I will just share my screen and explain about you guys the context here. Okay, so right now what I am trying to do is I am trying to make some of the .md files, which is called like refund policy. So this is like a markdown file, and shipping .md file. This is also one of the markdown file. Ticket resolution, troubleshoot guide is the text file. So just wanted to make sure that it is ingesting all the things. So I just wanted to take these things as an example and take those things. So people who understood RAG can actually relate this, but people who are not able to understand the RAG, so I can understand some basic things here. So basically, RAG means so what happens in normal LLM models is that so it will start, for example, some context if you're not giving, right, it will try to hallucinate, or it will try to do some of the stuffs, I mean, which is not accurate, right? So that's why what we will do in, like, for example, in enterprise level, right? So for example, in the company level, so they want to build their own chatbot, or they want to build one own private chatbot for their industry, right? So they want to do means, for example, if you see this, right, so this is just example for e-commerce customer support agent, right? For example, refund, shipping, troubleshoot guide and everything, right? So what happens is that, so that private chatbot we can build using RAG. Actually, RAG means it's a retrieval augmented generation. uh, this one, so what it will do is I will just try to example with the diagram. 1 second, I'll just bring up the diagram. Yeah. So if you guys are able to see my screen, so this is a basic architecture what I'm trying to build, using RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation. So what happens here is that the data can be in any format. It can be in PDF, text, or docs. So we will convert that to the smallest chunks as possible, and we will apply the embeddings for that, and and we will store it in the vector DB, so called the ChromaDB here. I'm using ChromaDB here. So what it will do is it will fetch from the backend FastAPI. So I will just explain everything here. So basically, RAG means retrieval augmented generation, where so LLM plus context, if you give, how accurate the chatbot will give the answers, right? So that is simplicity of like simple definition of RAG, you know. So just to understand you guys the basic context, right? So what I will do, so I will share my chatbot only directly. So this is the chatbot what I am trying to do here. So let me bring it for properly. Yeah. So this is a chatbot. So what it will do is, so we have created the data as I said, right? So I've created one file, refund policy.markdown, shipping policy.markdown and other things, right? So just to give brief context, I already showed you guys the uh, what I stored already in that refund policy, m.md, and shipping.md, troubleshoot.txt file, and ticket.md, right? So what I will do is, like, I will try to ingest that in the database. So what I will do is I will just try to ingest that. So the pipeline is running, and so what it is giving is the ingestion is successfully completed successfully. Okay. So what I will ask is, I will just ask, what is my name? Okay. So basically, if in a private enterprise, right, if private enterprise, it doesn't care about my name, right? For example, it's not like a normal chatbot, right? It's not like ChatGPT, or it's not like, it's not like, Groq, or it's not like Claude or Gemini or something like that, right? So what I will do is, I'll just give what is my name. So if you see here, right, it will give the answer like, I don't have that information in the provided documents, because what I'm trying to fetch is the enterprise level, data, for example, right? So if I ask, what is my, what is the refund policy, refund policy of that particular enterprise. So afterwards, what it will give is, it will give properly that refunds are available in 7 days of delivery. Items must be digital course refunds, and also it will give the source, which file it is taking, RefundPolicy.md. So this is a simple RAG chatbot, but it exactly tells what RAG does exactly. So it's just a, it's basic thing what you guys need to understand, the rack things, right? So how it will exactly fetch the things, how you will ingest those documents, and how, if you give that particular query for those, that in the chatbot, so it will get the context, and it will also connect it to the LLM. So here in this case, I am using Groq here, the LLM. So what it will do is, it will give the particular answer, for example, right? So troubleshoot, right? Troubleshoot. So how to troubleshoot, or something like that. Troubleshoot, uh, you know, troubleshoot. Okay, and it exactly gives you the to troubleshoot. Follow this below steps, because I have already stored that in the text file, as I showed, right? So I already showed in the text file. So I'll just ask, Wi-Fi is not connected, for example, right? So it will give that particular information. See, to troubleshoot Wi-Fi connection issues, follow the steps: restart the router, forget network and connect, update the firmware, right? So for example, I will give shipping policy. Yeah, shipping policy. So if you give that, right, so it will exactly tell like, standard shipping takes 3 to 5 business days and other things, right? Can you explain me can you let me know, right? Can you let me know standard shipping, how many days it will take? It will take, you know so exactly, it will use standard shipping takes 3 to 5 business days, and also it is chunking properly. So whatever I am giving the query, so exactly for that it is giving the answer for me. Okay. So, and also the main thing here, right, so it is exactly telling the sources also, right? So for example, if it is telling the sources, it is genuine data, right? For example, see, if you see like in, shippingfaq.md, for example, right? So it is genuine data which is getting displayed in the chatbot, right? Because I have already fed that information, and it is fetching the information in this particular chatbot, means it's a genuine data, right? So this is how we need to create a RAG pipeline, retrieve augmented generation pipeline, which is very important in our in the context here, because in enterprise level, right? So nobody is taking care of the real LLMs, right? So they want their customized LLMs to have this data in such a way that for them it is really useful, right? So this is becoming famous due to that, because it has the restriction. For example, I will tell who is the CEO of Apple. So what it will tell? It will tell, I don't have the information in the provided documents, right? So because the CEO of Apple doesn't matter for any enterprise level data, right? It can be sensitive data, or it can be like a very important data for them, but CEO of Apple doesn't matter. If CEO of Apple doesn't know, also doesn't matter, right? So because it's like a enterprise level thing, but CEO of Apple means it's not an enterprise level thing. It's a generic, it's a social generic general knowledge, right? So, but we don't want that information. So we want only the information which is present in the enterprise level. So what I am trying to do is I am trying to understand you the basics of RAG, and showing some of the examples, so that this is how RAG looks, guys. Okay, this is how the RAG looks, and in this series, what I am trying to do is we will together try to build this thing. I already have given the demo. So what I will do is I will start with you know so I've given the demo. So what I will do is I will start with setup, and I will make you understand that how we can progress towards and other things. So today we will start with setup and introduction and setup series, and introduction and setup video, and later part 2, part 3 will be there, part 4 will be there. So I can start with those things. Today what I will do is I will start with setup and introduction and setup. Introduction I have already given you guys what is the introduction part, and set up things with what we can do, right? So for that, what I will do is I will start with architecture diagram. Okay, so already you guys saw the architecture diagram, but I will just make sure that I will start with architecture diagram once more. Okay, so what I will do is I will start with the architecture diagram, what I am trying to do here. All right, so first what I will try to do is so first the main thing is the backend. Okay, what we are doing is we are using FastAPI for that, which is a backend service, which is a backend service. What we are doing there, for that we are having uvicorn as a dependency. Uvicorn will trigger the backend FastAPI, and I will show everything, right? But only thing is this is the architecture diagram. Okay, so what happens is once user asks the questions, so Streamlit we have, and have created one button to ingest the data directly, because if you want to ingest, we should run multiple commands, right? So I put all the commands in one go, so that it will ingest the knowledge base here. Okay, so that is there, and chat user input is the one thing what is there, and afterwards the RAG pipeline we will build here, which is data chunking and embedding and storing this. And what with LangChain, it will interact with Groq LLM, and view answer also, it will go to the Groq LLM, and also the fast API is the triggering point. It's a backend service, right? So this is how I am trying to build here, and you are using Groq LLM, Streamlit, fast API, and LangChain. Okay, so this is the main thing here. One second. Yeah, so this is the main thing here. Okay, so as you know, I have this, I already showed in the demo refund policy. I will create one markdown file, shipping markdown file, ticket resolution markdown file, and troubleshooting, and create one text file to make sure that there is no distinction between markdown and text file. And so we can create anything. We can create .pdf, we can create .csv, for the data purpose. But for simple, right, for this is, since this is a beginner friendly application, sorry, yes. So since this is a beginner friendly application, so what we will try to do is we will try to start with these things again: refund policy, shipping, ticket resolution, and troubleshooting, which is a text file. So which is like a data for us for the input. Okay, so hope you guys understand, and we will start with the setting up this. First we will start with the skeleton of the project, and later what we will do is we'll start with the exploring these things. First what we can do is this is introduction what I wanted to give. Next we can move to the project setup. Okay, yeah, sure. So what I will do is I will start with uh, I'll start with first what I will do is I will close everything so that nothing is there here. And what I will do is I will start with creating one folder, you know uh, I'll start creating with folder uh, which can be customer chatbot. Okay, I'll create folder in my local, and folder called customer support agent, RAG chatbot. So what I can do is I can take that file, open folder, I will get that folder from this. See projects, customer RAG Chatbot. Okay, so if you see now, the folder is there. Customer RAG Chatbot is a folder which is having the things here. Okay, so hope you guys understand the introduction part. So what I wanted to say, and hope you guys are able to grasp those information. If you are not grasping the information, then it will be really difficult for you guys to understand these things, right? So what I will do is I will so try to create some project folder structure here. Okay, so what I will do, I will try to create one folder structure here. So first what I will create is I will create my dependency file, which is requirements.txt, so which is having the dependencies, what kind of dependencies what you have. So that one I will try to create here, so which is requirements.txt. So for that, as I said, I want what? I want first what I want is I want FastAPI, okay, uvicorn, okay, and LangChain. LangChain is very important. LangChain is a LLM, and LangChain community, LangChain community, okay, and so next what I can tell is ChromaDB, right? LangChain Groq also is important, guys, because LangChain Groq will support for that Groq, right? And ChromaDB is a local vector store database. So for then what I want is I want Python.env, which is for the environment variables to get environment variables from there, and Streamlit I will explain. This may be coming for upcoming video in my upcoming video, but this as a front end, but we will try to install that part also. Okay, and PyPDF we don't require as of now, but it's good to have that, because if you have some PDF documents, right, it will read the PDF document, and same like Python docs also, so that might come. For example, if you are not there, if you are not getting to know, and markdown is the markdown, reading the markdown pages, which is very important. And so as of now we will go ahead with this APIs, sorry, dependencies, installing these dependencies. Later we will see how it works. Okay, for that what I will do, I will save this and I will close this and I will create a new terminal. Okay, so first what I will do is I will create one environment, right? Because environment is the main thing which we need to create, because virtual environment, right? Because every project or every this one, right, it will have different dependencies, or every application, right? So what I will do is I will created a command prompt. I have opened the command prompt. So as you guys know, I will do uv init. Okay, so what it will do is it will create the folder structure here. If you guys are able to see my screen, right? So it will create the folder structure here. So what I will do is I don't want this toml file as of now, because whatever I am doing in the requirement only. So I don't want this. So let everything be there. Main.py also not required, but it's okay. I mean, if it is there also, that's not a problem. Okay. So what I will do is I have created the UV init. Now what I will do is I will create my virtual environment. I can tell CSA RAG. Okay, CSA RAG is my virtual environment name. CSA means customer support agent. Just to be like a shortcut, I have created CSA. Okay, so CSA RAG, and as you see, the CSA RAG has been added here. Okay, so now what I will do is I will just for my safety, right, what I will do is I will put that CSA RAG in the git ignore also, because when you want to try to push to git, right, so all it should not come for me, because it's like excluding the CSA RAG. Or what I will do is I will copy the path. Copy path is enough. Okay, CSA RAG CSC RAG, or what I will do is I will just create CSA RAG here. That should be fine. Okay, so CSA RAG is out of bound now, so it will not come in the since you have added in the git ignore, it will not come in the git status here. Okay, I will explain everything. Just I wanted to just mention those things. Okay, so what I will do is I will just go to scripts. I will just go to activate.bat. I will just activate this environment, virtual environment. So once you see here, right? So once you see here, guys, so I'll do CLS now. So if you see now, right? So already the environment is activated here. If you guys see this CSA RAG in the brackets, right? So already we are inside that virtual environment. Okay. So what I will do is, so I will create, I will whatever the package I have I put in the requirements.txt. So what I will do is I will try to install this. So what I will do is uvpip install -r requirements.txt. So why we are using uv package, right, guys? So just what I wanted to tell why we are using uv package, because it's faster, right? If you do pip install, that is also work, that will also work, but only thing is uv package manager is very faster than the pip install earlier we were doing, right? So that's why for the fasterness we are using uv package. Okay, so what I will do, I will just run this, and as you see, the dependencies are getting downloaded here, and so it will take only less time for it to complete. So if you see, right, so almost in some 2.25 seconds it has resolved all the packages. And see, guys, see how much fast it is. Really, it's very faster, right? So if I want to run this in pip install, so I want it like a very, where very, very slow it will be, so compared to this, right? So what I will do, I will do CLS again. So again I will come to the folder structure here. Okay, so yes, the dependencies are got downloaded now. So what I will do, I will try to I will create another folder, which is called data folder, because we need to have data, right? Otherwise it will not work. How to ingest that first, right? So what I will do, so today is very just a setup thing what I'm trying to do, and later we will do our everything. So in the next session what I will do is I will do ingestion part, and I will try to do embeddings. I will try to do, I will build a RAG pipeline, and afterwards we will in my third session or fourth session or fifth session, third session or fourth session, we can build one Streamlit app, right? So whatever I showed you guys, so we can build that, right? So what I will do, I'll create one new folder called data. Okay. So what I will do, I will, whatever the data what we had in my, that what I will do, I will just mention again here. I can put another folder inside this, right? It is sample docs. Okay, so this sample docs is like a subfolder which contains all my data things. Like for example, I showed you guys a refund policy, all the things, right? So what I will do is I will just copy paste that files to here. Okay, so I'll just copy this and I will paste it in the data sample docs folder. Okay, so if you guys see this, I have copy pasted this all these files. So if you guys see this, so your refund policy is there, shipping FAQ is there, ticket.md is there, and troubleshoot.txt is there. So since like this is a beginning, I started with some beginning text files only, because normally, right, to take the other things also, LangChain has the supports to take the PDFs, to take the CSVs as input. Instead, in DB also we can actually do it. Okay, but we can fetch the data. But only thing why I am stressing out here is in simple text file is or .md file is because you guys need to understand the basic concept, right? So afterwards, the logic might, or LangChain, this one can be different, methods can be different or something like that for CSV, PDF and all, or for some other things. I will explain that also. But what I want you guys to know is exactly the concept here, main concept here, guys. Understand? So because important thing is the concept here. It's not the how you will import or how you will think like that, right? So how you want to build the application is the main thing. Okay, where you are getting the data, which source you are getting the data, it doesn't matter. But only thing is just there the methods can vary, or LangChain framework has different methods for CSV loader is there, different loaders are there in LangChain, right? So but you just want to understand the concept here, guys. Very important to understand the concept. So how to fetch from .emd files, .txt file, uh, different files doesn't matter, but only thing you need to understand the concept here. Okay, so that is very important here. Okay, so what I will do, I will create another folder, which is a backend folder, right? So which is a backend folder. So backend means you just need to understand that it's like a full, it's related to backend things, which we'll call FastAPI and other things. Okay, one second. So here some editor is open. I'll close these things. So what I will do, I will create another folder called, guys, backend. So this is a backend core part, which we have wanted to write these things. So first what I will do, I will write init init.py. Init.py is like a manager, package manager. So if you want to run that, so you can just, you can just leave it as blank as of now. You don't want to add anything here. So as of now, you can leave it as blank. So next what I will do is, the important thing what I want to do is, I want to create one, .env file. Okay, so this is backend. Let me create another 2-3 things in backend also. Let me create another file called, 1 second, guys. Yeah, let me create another file called app.py. I will explain you guys everything, app.py and other things, right? So I will explain you guys. This is the main code of backend, FastAPI. So that's why app.py is there. Next, I want config.py. Config.py, guys, is like, you want to fetch different, URLs or different, environment keys and all these things, right? So that's where config, .py is important. Okay, and we want another file. So today we will not cover this part, but I will create the file. Okay, so which is called ingest.py. Okay, ingest.py. So this is also, very important concept here. Let me try to cover these things for you guys, so that you guys will get this. So what I have created, I have created backend folder. Okay, I have created data folder here, which has started 3 markdown files and 1 txt file here. And I have created the virtual environment, and requirements.txt, I have added the dependencies and I have installed the dependencies. Okay, so main.py as of now we don't require, but I will just check whether if it is required, we can just rename that to different file. Okay, so you guys understood the file, right? And next what I will do is important thing where I need to implement the RAG concept. RAG chain, or uh, RAG pipeline will create pipeline.py. Okay, so these are all the files in my backend services, backend folder. Okay, next what I will do, I will create one .env file. .env file. Yes, 1 second. I'll create one .env file here. .env. Okay, so .env, what you want to do is, I have my Groq API key already. I will just put it here, which is Groq API key. Sorry guys, I don't want to show my API key. because it's like confidential, right? So that is Groq API. Okay. So as of now, I think this is it. This is very important. And now what I can do is I will just start with, calling some of the backend things. We will see how we can, I just want to check my backend is working or not. What I will do for that is, uh, in my app.py, what I will do is I will just try to create some of the simple program. It's not like complicated program, just to make sure my backend dependencies, everything is got downloaded successfully and everything, right? So what I will do is I will just write some of the in some of the fast API things. Okay, so what I will do, I will just write from API, import fast API. Okay, so this is importing the fast API, and next what I will do, I just write app equal to fast API, which is, I am just pointing that fast API, this one to the or I can just give here title equal to customer support agent RAG chatbot, which I am trying to give here. Okay, so for that, what I will do, I will just mention at app. Okay, at app dot, I'll just mention dot get health. We want to just check the health of the backend service, whether it's running or not. So we just want to check. So for that, I will just define once what do you say, one function called def health check. And what I will do, I will just return the status is okay. It means that dot slash health means that the standard endpoint to confirm the backend is running or not, right? So what I will do is I will just save this file. Okay, and what I will do is I'll just save this file, and we will try to run the backend, right? So we will run this backend. So for that, I will use one command called uvicorn, which we have already have in the dependency backend, dot app, app, which is app.py, reload backend.app, app, reload port, 80,000, 8,000, not 80,000, 8,000. Okay, so just we'll check whether this backend is running or not. So later we will have different functions. So get, post, everything will be there. But just to make sure that backend is working or not, today is just a setup part, introduction and setup part. I just want to check whether this setup is working or not. Okay, so as you see, the backend service starts running. Sorry guys, 1 second. Just minimize this so that you guys will get the clear picture. Yeah. So if you see, right, if you see here, my backend server started running. Okay. So I just want to show this in UI means here one link is given, which is 127. Follow this link. Okay. So what I will do, I'll just open that link, and I will just put 1 second guys. Application startup is completed. Or I'll do one thing. Let me run in a different port, 8001. Let us run in this port, because 8000 earlier I was using that Streamlit demo, right? Maybe it is working there. So what I will do, I will just run in the 8001, this one. Okay. So what I will do, I will just check that. And if you guys see, right, I'll just show the screen. So as of now, so you guys are able to see my screen, I believe. So which has this, get health check. This is like a Swagger link what we have, and here the earlier chatbot, whatever the things are there, right? So if you can try it out here, so you just need to execute this, and you should just get okay here. Okay, so whatever you ran here, it has get the health of that, and you got okay. So whenever you use FastAPI, it will internally create this kind of Swagger URLs, where you will just get this health checkup. As of now, we have only defined only health, so that's why health check is getting displayed. But in my upcoming videos, we will just start with the ingestion part. Once you start with the ingestion part, you might need a lot of services to get there. So in this, we will get updation, we'll get the updated ones, right? So this is where, which is very important, that you guys understand the concept here. So what we done, I'll just make a summary for you guys. Just if you guys have missed any points, right? So just for that, what I will do is I will just go to the page. I mean, just going to my Virtual Studio code. So what I will do is I'll just go to this code and see, once you guys write this command, right? So app.py, so which is what I have done, I have created, first what I have done, I have created the requirements.txt, just let me close this, so that, if you see this right down also, so you guys are getting this, getting this HTTP okay information and other things, right? So which is like a, you are calling that service in 8001 port. So uvicorn backend is running, and your setup is completed. So backend setup is completed now. So only thing what we need to do is we need to write the ingestion code, and you need to write the RAG pipeline code, and you need to write the embedding code, you need to write the data ingestion, data embedding, storing into the vector DB, vector store DB, in Chroma, you know. So we will try to cover this in my upcoming videos. But as of now, you guys need to understand these things, that, so let me repeat again so that you guys will understand as soon as possible. So what I will do is I will just go to the project structure now. Let me drag this. Let me make sure that you guys are able to see my project structure. So first what we did, guys, first we went to the requirements.txt, and FastAPI is one of the requirement what we have, which is like a backend service, which is a dependency to get the backend service. Uvicorn is also the same thing, right? So let me make you understand these things, right? So which is very important. So the dependencies what we store. Though, so FastAPI means clean backend API, and because it's production friendly also, so a lot of members are now getting FastAPI as a dependencies, because it's very important. Okay, LangChain is a framework. LangChain is a framework which will enable us to interact with backend APIs, and same LangChain community, and LangChain Groq. ChromaDB is a local vector store DB which will store the vector things in the database, which will convert the embeddings, will convert to the vector store vector things. So you guys don't know vector means, I will make you understand. So what I can do is, so suppose you give, I think, sorry, what's my refund policy? What is my refund policy? Okay. So what it will do, Python or any programs, right, will not understand this plain English, guys. So the machine will not understand this English. So for that, what this will do is it will store in the vector store DB, saying that, okay, 0.15, comma, 0.2, 0.86 or something. So it will start with, it will store it in form of the numbers, which is like, some numbers, right? So which can be in a vector data, random numbers which can stored in the vector database according to that, right? So afterwards it will come to know, okay, based on this, it will come to know my question. and afterwards, after storing to the vector database, what it will do is it will search with it. There are different kinds of searches, so maybe it can search with similarity search. Similarity search is one of the very important things, similarity search. So similarity search, it can search and it can give the answers in a very meaningful way. Okay, similarity search is there. Okay, so it will convert to the numbers and it will start embeddings will convert to the vector database. That's why embeddings is there. And afterwards, what it will do is it will create the it will search the answer. And FastAPI, anyways, it's there to call the APIs. API framework is there. So what it will do is it will start drilling down with each other, and it will start with giving the information which is very genuine for us, right? So that's where the vector store DB plays a very important role. So ChromaDB is one of the dependencies which we are installing, which is having that local. It's a local vector store DB actually. Okay. So next, python.env is the one which will store the environments, and when environment variables is there. So this is a dependency which will call the environment variable. Streamlit is for front end UI purpose, as I showed. By PDF, Python docs. If PDFs are there, it will read the PDFs. Docs are there, it will read the PDF. Markdown is for Markdown. If Markdown files are there, it will give the Markdown files. Okay. So this is the requirements.txt. Next, what we did, so we created the virtual environment, as you said. So if you go to new terminal, so already this virtual environment, and you go to command prompt. So what I did uv init. Okay, I will not do now because I already created the virtual environment. And afterwards, what I did uvvnv, and I've created that virtual environment called CSA RAG kind of thing I've created. Okay, so after that, what I did, guys, I've installed all my packages in that particular environment. So let me activate that environment. So maybe it's not activated now. Copy path, yeah. So I've activated that environment. So what I did now, so I did uvpip install, okay, -r, and whatever my requirements.txt is there, I've installed that in the as a package in the uv package manager. So this will install. Okay, because why we are using uv is that because it will what you say. So it will, why we are using uv is because it's faster compared to pip. Okay, so that is where the purpose of UVs comes from. And afterwards, so after creating the virtual environment, I have activated that virtual environment so that the CSA RAG or some what virtual environment you have given, so that will get activated. So after that, what we have done is we have created the virtual environment and we are inside the virtual environment. Okay. So after that, what I did, I created the data folder. Okay. I have created this .md files, shipping, refund policy, ticket, and troubleshoot.txt. So just make sure that this has some words or sentences. And for example, if you are working for e-commerce customer support agent, so of course, if you call him, he will exactly tell about your his product refund policy. For example, the companies like Amazon or Flipkart, right? So they will also, if you call support customer agent, so they will tell like, sir, refund policy of our company is product items original packing digital goods are refundable or not. So refund or processed what after up to 5 to 7 days and all these things. Shipping also they will explain. Ticket also they will explain. Troubleshooting means, for example, if any troubleshooting happens, for example, if Wi-Fi is not connecting, like for example, my Geo router or something like that, I just given some random text or something so that it will look, I mean, different context way. Let us build some RAG things. Okay, so this is the data, guys. And afterwards, what I did, I created the backend folder. So in backend folder .init.py, which is like which you can do it as a package, and app.py. What I did, I imported the FastAPI, and afterwards I have given the customer support RAG agent as the title, and I have checked just the health. Check the health, and if the status is okay, then it should actually once you start with the backend server. So here I have already started with the backend server. This is a uvicorn, and this port I have given as 8001, and this backend folder is started. Okay, backend service has been started here. Okay, just I wanted to check that, so I have checked that. Okay, so this is health. And next, what I did, I just went to config.py. So config.py, as of now, I didn't write anything because I didn't use LLM or I didn't use anything as of now. Embedding models, I didn't use anything. I have not used as of now. But yeah, in my upcoming video, we'll start with this data ingestion part. At that time, we need to do different configurations. I will explain you guys. And ingest.py also, I have not added anything because in my upcoming video, I will explain. RAG pipeline also, same thing. Okay. And next, what I have created .env, and I have just configured the Groq API key here. Okay. So hope you guys understand this, and what I will do is I will just push this to GitHub repository, and you guys can just take that. I will just have that GitHub repo given in the description, so that you guys will get that, and you guys also do the same thing what I did in this video, so that you guys will not miss the next video, right? I mean, when I am doing part 2, right? So you guys will be up to mark whatever I am doing, right? So if you guys do that, so you guys will be up to the mark, and you guys can follow me. I mean, see, there is nothing like nothing perfect here. Okay, just I have some knowledge, I'm just sharing for you guys, that's it. It's not like I know everything or something like that, right? I have some knowledge, I am just trying to share with you guys, so that at least whatever I know, I am trying to share with you guys. Okay. So this is one thing, and so what I am doing is, in my next video, what we'll do, we'll load the documents to the data folder, split them into chunks, convert them to embeddings, and store it in the ChromaDB, which is a very important thing in RAG pipeline. And after that next video, what I can do is, I will just explain the retrieval logic, Groq responses, and Streamlit UI will build, same like what you saw in my demo. And then we'll build one ingestion button in the Streamlit UI, so that you will not get the no need to do that in separate things. Okay, so yeah, if you want part 2 ingestion to ChromaDB, subscribe to the channel, so that you will not miss my next episode. We will actually build one actual knowledge base and start RAG things. And if you like this video, please like it, and if you have any problems or any questions, please comment it out. Or if you have any anything that needs to be improved from my side also, you just comment it out, so that I can improve myself, so that we can together work together, building this AI community. And we will try to see whatever I know, I try to understand in very beginner friendly way. But if you guys have any suggestions for me, you guys are happy to provide me, so that I can incorporate those things also. And we'll see. I mean, see, it's not like I know 100%, or you guys know 100%. Only thing is, if you share knowledge towards each other, it will help us to grow in the community, and it will help us to grow in the QA space, AI space, right? So which is a very important thing what I wanted to say. Okay. So if you have any questions, please comment it out, so that if I know, I will answer. If I don't know, I will tell I don't know. Okay. So please go through this, and I'll push all these things to GitHub. This is just a simple coding what I have done. I'll just push it to the GitHub, and if anything is there, or any part 2 video, please be ready for that part 2 video. Do one thing, whatever I did in the video, you just do it yourself, so that for the next session, it will be easy for you to follow for my next video. Okay. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video for you guys. Until then, bye bye, take care, bye.